Oi, everybody! Welcome to another one of Chris's beer reviews. I'm just screwing around with you, people. So today I'm going to be drinking something that I got to have last year, and I get to be trying the 2012 edition this time. Back from the grave, not the grave. They're still around. We got the Shipyard, Alan Pugsley's signature series. Smashed pumpkin ale, 650 milliliters, 625. We got a 9% ABV pumpkin freaking flavored extra strong ale here. Last year I wasn't really too big of a fan of it. I mean, last year everybody was going all crazy for the St. Ambrose pumpkin ale. The year before that everybody was going crazy for the pumpkin. Southern Tier, I'm not trying to throw bad information out there. I'm just trying to throw what I've experienced and what I've gathered. Southern Tier Brewery, before I say this, you are one of my favorite breweries out there that manages to accomplish having the highest alcohol content beers at the most lowest alcohol content experience, so to speak. So what was I saying? Yeah, okay, so this year, I haven't had it yet, but everyone's telling me that the Pumpkin from the Southern Tier Brewery is unbelievable. Last year, all the people that I know this year that are having it, that absolutely love it, are basically surprised, because last year they didn't like it. The year before that, it was great. The year before that, it was bad. We almost kind of have like an every other year of good beer kind of seasonal things going on. So next year, I'm going to actually see from all my fellow beer drinkers out there that do go out and buy the same types of beers as me. I'm gonna see. I'm calling it out right now. Next year, pumpkin beer might be crap. All right. I'm just gonna tell you right now because I think I'm gonna be having a good hunch on this one. All right. Mark my words. 2012, 2013. If you buy a pumpkin and it is a bad beer, remember my name. All right, people. So here's Mr. Pugsley. Got his fine face on the back of this fine beer. Alright, so Smashed Pumpkin is a big-bodied beer with a light coppery orange color and pleasing aroma of pumpkin and nutmeg. The nutmeg is what makes you feel like it's a pumpkin pie, just so that you all know. The OG and final alcohol volume provide the structure and body. Pale ale, wheat, and light Munich malts combined with the natural tannin in pumpkin and delicate spiciness of Willamette and Hallertau hops to balance the sweetness of the fruit. To fully enjoy all of the flavors, this ale is best drunk at 13 degrees Celsius. Smashed pumpkin pairs well with sharp cheeses, nuts, lamb, hearty stews, and desserts like flan or pumpkin pie. Chefs find this an excellent beer to cook with in dishes such as braised short ribs. So this was manufactured July 3rd, 2000 and best before July 2013. That is not a manufacturer's date, that is an expiry date. One thing that I noticed with these Pugsley beers is every single one of these bottles, none of them are actually even, like circular, rounded. Like if you were to take your hand like this, okay, just turn it, you'll feel that moment where you're like, feels like it's flat over there. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but for anybody who's drinking these bottles, try it out sometime. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's not on all the bottles, it's on every once in a while. So anyways, I haven't even gotten to the beer tasting yet. Alright, so we got a flute glass, which I'm going to be drinking this pumpkin ale with. This is going to be one of those beers that has a very big pop. Anytime you pop a beer with a frilly top, it usually ends up having a big pop. So mark my words. Up goes the weasel. I smell the nutmeg like there's no tomorrow, I tell you that. Alright, let's see what's going on. Now, I don't know about you people out there, but I've been having a lot of pumpkin beers for the past couple of years, and pumpkin beers seem to be my favorite, return go-to, harvest brews for the months of November and October and September. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've been talking with a lot of my beer reviewer buddies, and a lot of people are starting to find that they're drinking so much of these pumpkin beers that they're starting to get sick of them. And the same thing has been happening to me. So I'm going to do my best to review this without looking at it from a refined palate perspective, or I don't want to say refined palate. I want to look at it. I want to try to look at this, differently than I did last year, because last year I wasn't a huge fan. All right, so we clearly have a filtered brew here. And for the first time ever, I'm looking at a pumpkin beer, and it actually has the type of carbonation that you would normally see on the side of the glass, which is very, very small and very, very pop-like, so to speak. Cream soda, Coca-Cola, that kind of stuff. Ginger ale, to be completely honest with you. Look at that and just think ginger ale. All right. So we got a 1 1/4 finger head here. The bubbles are starting to dissipate a little faster than I'm hoping. We got some large, solid bubbles in between here that are giving a little bit of an explanation as to why the head's going away so fast. So I'm not really picking up on too much from the nose. I mean, I got the pumpkin. I got the pumpkin, and I got the nutmeg. But it still has this strange aroma to it. I don't know how to explain. Here we go. Now you see, it does taste different from last year. You really can pick up on that 9% ABV. You pick up on it right in the front, and on the back. Huge boozy pumpkin front, nutmeg aftertaste. It's pretty much what you're getting from here. I kind of wish I could pick up on something more from the pumpkin pie. Like I was hoping I'd pick up on a little bit more of the cinnamon and some of the spices that come along with the pumpkin pie. But to be honest with you, I don't think this beer is trying to be a pumpkin pie. I think this is trying to be a pumpkin beer. The nutmeg is just the teaser, so to speak. Excuse me, people. So my suspicions about the head aren't so bad. I mean, there's still lace at the top of. Sorry, there's still head at the top of the glass, and there's a little bit of lace for each sip, which is always a sign of a good brew. There's going to be another rim of lace right here when I take this next sip. Well, it is there. It's just going to disappear right now. So yeah, this tastes much more like a pumpkin to me. I think this year, with the pumpkin being as great as it is, I might make that my go-to pumpkin beer. Otherwise, last year, not being a big fan of this and not being a big fan of the pumpkin last year, the St. Ambrose Pumpkin Ale reigned, okay? It sold out of the shelves. This year, basically to make up for it in Canada, LCBO has ordered more than double what they normally order from the St. Ambrose Brewery in Quebec. So this year, everybody definitely is going to be getting their fill of St. Ambrose pumpkin ales. Another thing that I like a bit more about those pumpkin ales is they come in 4-packs instead of these giant, large 625, 750, 650, 600 milliliter bottles. So that's also pretty cool because you can share it more with people. Anyways, people, I'm here to review the Shipyard. It is good. It is original. I haven't really tasted a pumpkin beer that's quite like this before. But I almost feel like it tried to capitalize a little bit more on being the boozier of the pumpkin beers. I mean, sure, the Pumpkin, Southern Tier beers are generally the booziest with the least booziest flavor, but then you get just that. You're getting a load of pumpkin pie, and you're getting minor alcoholic taste. With this beer, you're getting more of a pumpkin taste and a high alcoholic content that really hits you right off the flop. So, I don't know. Sure, I'm reviewing this beer. Sure, I'm talking about other pumpkin beers. But if you're looking at this beer, it's probably because you're curious at hearing about pumpkin beers. And if I'm going to be able to give that little bit of time to explain the ones that I've had to you, you're probably going to be able to take that for granted, so to speak. So, it says smashed pumpkin. It's not claiming to be a pumpkin pie beer. So I am going to rate it on claiming to be a pumpkin beer, and I haven't had very many good ones of them. So I'm going to give this an 8, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. It is good. It's a great pumpkin beer, but I almost feel, again, with the booziness and the nutmeg thrown in there, that it tried too much to be like a boozy beer and a pumpkin pie beer without succeeding with the pumpkin pie. Anyways, probably the last thing I can say about this is that, if anything, the 9% in the ABV of this beer added to the characteristics of the body to this beer, because the body to this beer is very special. It manages to go down lightly while feeling thick in your mouth. You almost kind of get like a coating in your mouth. Sheer pumpkin. Alright, people. Anyways, thanks for joining me in another one of Chris's beer reviews. Don't drink and drive, but drink responsibly. Cheers, people.